3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone.
Welcome back, roomies. We are room 2 and it's our third podcast now.
We're going strong. Not really doing as well as the other videos, but I think we have a good time doing it.
Yeah, we have a good time.
Other people have said they kind of enjoy it, so
Yeah, this has nothing to do with. It's not meant for like mass pleasure. It's meant just for our fun.
Yeah,
that's what room 2's always been about. So
yeah, I don't think room 2 has
I
ever
don't
been.
think when we make the videos, it's more because I think for us, and I'm really kind of taking advantage of the fact that we're graduating to make it more like so we can look back on the videos and
exactly, yeah.
Well, just there's like I previously told you guys, there's been like I've heard some things about people being like, oh, no one watched room 2 or it sucks on that, and I'm like, that's not like what this has ever been about. It's never been about like that grind to like get famous. We've always been like, hey, if it comes to that, it comes to that. But I'm just, I like.
Yeah, we get famous.
I'm not really.
We get famous.
No offense, but I'm not really thinking about some random person in Utah that we don't know.
Yeah. It's more for our friends around us, and if they don't even like it, it's for us more than anything.
Yeah.
So.
It's for me to look back on in 20 years and go, man, I wish Carson wouldn't have died from that heroin overdose.
Right? Exactly.
Speaking of looking back, you like that transition?
Segue.
You like that? Today's podcast, we kind of wanted to talk about like 2018, and we love movies, so we kind of wanted to talk about like our favorite movies.
Big movie boys.
From 2018.
Yeah. Even though he never went and saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Is this still out? Could I probably go see
Yeah,
it?
you can. Oh yeah. I just saw it with Nicole 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Great. Loved it. Loved every second of it.
Yeah. Wanted more from the villain, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah. It's great. Oh yeah, we can't spoil anything, I guess.
We're gonna spoil like Avengers some things and stuff. If you haven't seen that by now,
we're gonna spoil some movies.
We'll probably spoil.
Sorry, we'll list movies, and then if you don't want that movie to be spoiled, skip ahead like couple minutes, and then we won't spoil it for you.
I think we're gonna be mainly talking about like Avengers and the future of the Marvel Universe, Hereditary, and A Quiet Place, probably.
Yeah, I put some. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah,
put down. That was a good movie.
I'm trying to think of other movies that came out. Speaking of like movies that came out, I was looking at IMDb. Josh Brolin, the guy who plays Thanos and Cable from Deadpool. He had 4 movies come out this year.
Dang.
I don't know what the other two were.
He had a hunting movie about like some hunter. I forgot what the movie was about. But I was looking at his IMDb. He had Infinity War, Deadpool 2, a Mexican based movie.
He was a Mexican in a movie.
He was a Mexican in the movie.
He did blackface.
It was like called Sicario or something like that. I forgot what it was, but and then another movie. So
did
he had 4 movies come out.
Like, did they get good reviews?
I don't know. I didn't watch them.
Oh, well, I mean, like
I think
on
Avengers did decent.
Yeah, Avengers did okay. Deadpool 2 was okay.
I thought Deadpool.
Didn't you fall asleep? I remember going to see Avengers.
Okay, that was Thor Ragnarok.
That was Thor Ragnarok. Okay.
That was Thor Ragnarok. I slept through. I mean, I watched all of Avengers. Infinity War.
Weren't you like not that into Marvel?
Not really, no.
Aren't you like more into it now?
Oh yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Me and you were like really, really big into Marvel.
I remember
we still are.
I remember it was the first day of musical. The first day of we have a 3-day musical system.
Yeah.
And it was the first day and it was a Thursday and that's when the movie came out. So we went at 12 o'clock.
I had
at
my
night
tickets
to the not season premiere, but the movie premiere.
Yeah, our musical like started at 7, and we bought tickets for like 10:15. A 10:15 movie to Avengers.
Because I know I wanted to see it as soon as I could. Thursday night. I'm not waiting for a Friday. No.
Yeah.
Or like chance of spoilers and stuff.
Yeah.
So we went. So after our play got done,
I was sitting here peeing my pants getting ready for this movie, and you were kind of like, okay.
Yeah, this is how it went. So we were in the dressing room after, and they were talking about going. I was like, oh, sick invite, guys.
Yeah.
Because they knew that I wasn't really that into it. And then I was like, well, maybe I can go. I like that shit, but like I don't like.
You're like, I like it.
I just don't know much about it. So I remember we had to convince my mom.
We had to call your mom.
I called my mom, and my mom was not having it. She's like, no, you have another musical tomorrow. You have school tomorrow and everything, and I was like, Mom, and then he got on the phone, the charmer that he is.
Come on, stop it, you.
Talked to my mom and my dad.
I remember calling your dad.
I think your dad was cool with it, wasn't he?
I remember calling your dad. His dad's name is Tim and his mom's name is Lee, and so I remember calling Tim and being like, "Come on, man, you gotta listen. This is great." And he was like, "Hey,
he understood.
I'm not." He's like, "I'm not the man of the house here. Lee is. You gotta convince her. Like, I have no say in this." And then you called Lee and you were like, "We have been building up 9 years for this movie. You have no idea."
Do not stop me. Yeah.
And then I remember on the way there, once we convinced them, they explained everything that I needed to know about the Marvel universe. And then I watched it, I got hooked, and then ever since I've like watched every Marvel movie since, like, you know, I'm into that stuff.
I haven't paid you back for my ticket yet. Remember you bought my ticket?
It's okay.
You bought my ticket and I never paid you back.
I mean, it was as good as a movie as it was, I definitely think it was a build up for
this next one.
Yeah.
It's like Iron Man 2, how it was a build up for the Avengers. Or something like that.
I mean, also Iron Man did
electric.
Also, Iron Man did incredibly well, and I think they were probably just, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're right, they did do a lot of that just to build up Avengers with like Nick Fury and Shield and stuff.
Yeah, now they're like kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, I loved Infinity War though. It was great.
I loved it. I mean, I remember like checking my phone because I was like, how far away are we from the movie almost done? And then it was like 10 minutes left, and so I was getting really nervous because I was like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and here you had like 4 of the stones.
Yeah, okay, so I went into it, and spoilers, first of all, if you haven't seen Infinity War.
What are you doing?
Hop off the podcast.
What are you doing? Get off. Lose my number.
I remember going into the movie saying that Loki was going to die, and I was like, I bet he's going to kill a big character in the first 5 minutes to establish.
You had perfect. You even. I remember you're like, I bet you Thanos will win this. I bet he will win. Like, I bet that there will be no happy ending to this one.
Yeah, because I know, and again, in the beginning, I knew they needed to establish how much of a badass he would be and how this movie wasn't probably going to be a happy movie.
Beat the crap out of Hulk, even though like Hulk was just at the time not wanting to be Hulk.
Because it's not. I just think he's stronger than him.
No, are you?
No, he's not.
Why not?
Do you not remember Thor Ragnarok when like Hulk got a bunch of like punches in on that big demon guy that destroyed all of Asgard?
Oh, and then when Hulk punched in the first Avengers, when he punched down that entire like. Also, I watched some videos on this because like I'm hooked now.
Yeah, when he punched that.
I mean, Thanos wasn't even using a stone though.
No, I know, but this is the thing. Hulk's power is based on how much he is mad in the moment, and the movie prior to that showed what his behavior was before that, because there was no exposition to him getting the crap beat out of him by Thanos. So in Ragnarok, he didn't want to be Hulk. Yeah. Remember, he was like, finally I'm out of it. Like, I'm back to my normal person. Like, I want to be Bruce Banner. And then he has to be Hulk because Thanos is here, and he doesn't want to be Hulk. Mm-hmm. And Hulk's strength depends completely on how mad he is.
Yeah.
So
like he said in the first Avengers when he's like, "Well, want to tell me? Well, I'll tell you a secret, Cap. I'm always angry." And he turns around and just that phenomenal scene where he turns into Hulk and he just punches it one hit, stops it in its tracks. Hulk can kick some Thanos ass, but he was like, "No, I'm not gonna do it." I
mean, but watching him get the shit beat out of him, that was
super cool. I like that.
It was cool, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I hope that they probably made that happen so that there can be a sweet Hulk scene in this next movie where Hulk beats the crap out of Thanos, because he's probably mad that he had to be like Hulkbuster through the entire movie. And
he's definitely not as strong anymore. He's got his arm all messed up. I don't know if he can actually use the stones like he did in the last one.
Yeah, I don't know.
He could probably use them individually. I just think that the power of all 6 stones will probably be it's probably a little too much. All 6 stones.
And I think even the director said something about how he had no time to actually figure out how to use all 6 stones at once. And just doing it at once. I mean, you have to actually.
You know what I really want to see in Endgame is I want to see Captain America pick up Thor's hammer. Well, not his hammer anymore, but Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him that. I want to see that. Because in Age of Ultron, he
I don't think
almost
that's
got
it. Does Stormbreaker work like that?
I don't know. Does it?
I don't
think so. It was like.
Yes, we never.
It's not. It's like it's something about like it's not about strength. It's about like
worthiness.
Worthiness.
Yeah, that's what it always was.
Yeah, they always make jokes on that. They're like, so if I put it in an elevator, does that make the elevator worthy? So Marvel always cracks on that.
So I loved what the director of Age of Ultron said when like they
it shifted a little.
When Cap tried to pull it and it shifted, and so someone was like, why couldn't Captain America lift it up? Is he not worthy? And someone goes, and the director commented on it. He goes, is it that he's not worthy, or is it that he just didn't, like, he gave up?
Yeah.
So I think that Captain America, that was a little thing that Captain America could potentially wield a godly weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I wish, this is random, but I love like Captain America, like in Infinity War, even though like he was so irrelevant to the entire story and like not
his storyline kind of sucked.
Yeah,
it was kind of boring. I was more like get back to the Iron Man
whole side with
storyline.
like Black Panther and like Winter Soldier. That was like probably the weakest storyline.
I was gonna say that.
But I just don't. I miss his long hair and his long beard.
Yeah,
because in
Endgame
the trailer
when it was all cut. Yeah.
I think
that looks so badass with the black suit, like the nomad suit.
I didn't particularly like the Battle of Wakanda, just because I felt like you didn't really feel what was at stake in it, because they were both pretty much irrelevant armies. Like obviously Wakanda's not that, but like you didn't really get to know the army. There was the heroes, and then it was just their like army.
Yeah.
And then there's the bad guys.
It was also kind of the
like
cliche same thing. Like first Avengers, you had all the Chikari, I think is what they were called, those aliens. Second one, you had all of Ultron's second parts of him, and now this one you had those four-legged monster. So it's kind of the cliche. Throw a whole bunch of the same aliens.
But I think what saved it a lot was, well, I mean that's what the heroes saved it, but also when like Thor and Groot and Rocket came in.
Oh my gosh!
Like, that's probably one of the coolest Avengers scenes ever.
Oh yeah, where Thor just came in and
the music's just blaring.
Because no one's favorite was Thor ever in MCU up until Ragnarok.
Ragnarok changed his entire character.
Unleashed his like inner power. Because all along he's always been this like weirdo, long-haired dude that has a hammer that's really strong, but he's really not that powerful. But like now we learn that he is.
Oh, and they made him funnier. Avengers.
Yeah.
They made him funnier. They made him a bit more attractive, cutting that hair, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Chris Hemsworth is a sexy guy.
Yeah.
Wow. All of the Avengers.
Chris Evans.
Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans,
Scarlett
Scarlett Johansson.
Tom Holland.
What a
beauty. I love Tom Holland.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
I had the Tom Holland hair for a while. You know that.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson. Really, no one's gonna like back me up on this.
No, I think
Scarlet Witch, whoever her
Scarlet
I don't like her
something
character.
Olsen.
I won't miss
cute,
Vision. I'll be honest. I kind of hope
Vision
he
was
stays dead.
dumb.
Well, I love the character of Vision.
I love the
he's
character,
not good.
but they just held back his
he's not
power.
portrayed at all.
Yeah,
Ooh.
he should be the most powerful Avenger.
Yeah, him or Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was getting tossed around all of Infinity War.
By some of the weakest aliens.
It's just dumb how like he sits here and he's like, just kill me. If I'm gonna save half the universe,
kill me.
Just kill me. And they're like,
I mean that is his character though.
I mean, just the other people like, no, we can't kill you, But like literally, the point of the Avengers, they're always like, we'll sacrifice ourselves to save everyone else.
Well, I think that
they refuse to kill him.
I think that was one of the big themes in it, where all the Avengers didn't have what it took to like sacrifice like one of them or like give up something special, but Thanos did, because Peter wouldn't kill Gamora. Peter wouldn't sacrifice Gamora when he was like gonna shoot her.
Wow.
He didn't do that.
I never thought of that.
And then Scarlet Witch wouldn't kill Vision.
Yeah.
But Thanos was like, "Oh, the time's come for me to sacrifice the thing I love most," and he tossed Gamora off that cliff and was like, "Goodbye."
Do you think she's gonna stay dead?
Isn't she in the Soul Stone?
Yeah, there's the whole Soul Stone thing. She's probably in the same realm as all the people that were disappeared.
Like, that's kind of part of the thing. Like, I know they're all trying to build the stakes are high and all this stuff, but it kind of ruins the effect when Doctor Strange 2 is in production.
Yeah.
Black Panther 2 is
Spider-Man
definitely...
Far From Home is already filmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It definitely ruins that element.
Of like, oh, these characters are going to stay dead.
Keep them quiet.
Yeah.
Until
I think they realize that and they're going to now, which is why they kind of keep.
But
I know
remember,
Doctor Strange 2, they're keeping hush hush.
I remember like 10 years ago, this is like, I remember like someone telling me like, Marvel has all their like movies planned out to like 2020 or something.
Yeah, they said they have like 20 more films.
Yeah,
planned.
but like, at the time I was like, that is crazy. Like they know when things are coming out and like that stuff, but like now I get it. It's part of like the whole universe.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
yeah, because
they should have realized that like, Avengers Endgame should have been like, their last one that they would publicize, and then after come out with everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what they would do. They would announce like the next phase, because another phase would start after the end of an Avengers. So like Phase 1 ends at the first Avengers, Phase 2 ends at Age of Ultron, Phase 3 ends at Endgame, and
I don't know why they couldn't say the title for Endgame, because remember how like the title of Endgame was like really hush. They weren't.
They just lied.
Oh no, because didn't Tom Holland like get sent a poster that said like Avengers Annihilation, and like
no, I remember.
I thought I was.
I remember I watched this video. It was like times when Marvel characters spoiled, and it was like Bruce Banner or what's his
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. And Iron Patriot. I don't know.
I watched this video too.
Yeah, and
Mark
Ruffalo. He spoils something, and then.
Well, no, he goes. Oh yeah, everyone dies in this movie.
Yeah,
and the guy's like, dude,
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle
like, is Iron Patriot.
Dude, like weird. And then he's like, oh, was I not supposed to say that?
Well, I feel like they kind of set that stuff up.
Well, because I think it's funny because like in every movie, like the spoiler is always everyone dies. That's always like the spoiler that everyone uses.
Okay.
You know, like what happens? Like don't spoil the movie. It's like yeah, well everyone dies. Like
everyone actually dies.
How was Homecoming? Oh, everyone died. Spider-Man died at the end of Homecoming. Like everyone's like that, but they're like, the main characters never die. In this one, it's funny because everyone does die.
So I mean, they used to just release all the titles of the, they're gonna be like, we got Civil War coming out, we got Doctor Strange coming out. And we're like, oh, now I think they're gonna be like, all right, we're not gonna rush.
They're learning.
I saw a cool theory that that everyone, like a lot of people die, like Captain America died before the snap. Okay, now stick with me. So you know how like they're all like trying to defeat Thanos and like beat him off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Took me a second.
So they're all trying to beat Thanos, and like, and you know how like Black Widow gets like crushed by all the rocks, and Hulkbuster gets like thrown to the mountain and like encapsulated in the mountain. You know that all the stuff where he does all his powers, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And Iron Patriot gets like crushed in his suit. So the theory was that when Captain America like catches the glove, and then he gets like pretty much catches the glove, throws it away, and then Thanos just clocks him. That's when he dies. Captain America just dies right there. And then when Thanos like turns back time to like bring Vision back, all that stuff that happened didn't happen anymore. So Hulkbuster's no longer in the wall. Black Widow's no longer under all that stuff, and Iron Patriot's not crushed anymore.
But that's not really going to affect the next movie.
I know. I was saying that's kind of cool.
That's probably actually what happened. I mean, that's really interesting.
That is weird. It's probably like, it's like not really that big of a deal, but it's cool to think of that.
It's kind of a small detail. I had a lot of more movies in here. We're already at 20 minutes. So, yeah.
We can do a quick thing about, or do you want us to keep it all Avengers?
I just want to keep it Avengers. I love this. I love this right now.
Right.
I love the Avengers. What do you guys think about the Loki still alive theory? I don't believe it, but I like to think about it. It's kind of cool.
God, I hope they just killed him off this time.
Yeah.
No, I hope they killed him off too, but there was a cool theory that I told you guys about where they believe that Bruce Banner Loki was the Hulk the whole time.
I don't like that theory.
I don't like it, but
I mean, that would maybe explain why Hulk was a little
that's why he like couldn't do it. So and that's why that's why he couldn't defeat Thanos in the first part. And that's why like he couldn't become the Hulk. Obviously, it's not, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna go into was it Dr. Hulk or Professor Hulk? Or
Professor Hulk. Yeah.
Professor Hulk.
Yep.
But there was another thing.
I can't wait for that. That'll be cool.
Another thing was that Valkyrie, remember Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok?
Mm-hmm.
She and half the Asgardians are still alive.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the theory was that like the actual Bruce Banner is with her, is with Valkyrie and the other Asgardians, and then they made Loki Bruce Banner.
Okay.
Then who is Hulk, or not Hulk, but Bruce Banner in the rest of the movie?
It's still Loki.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that. I'm trying to think of all the other theories.
I think a lot of people just kind of make it too complicated. Now, I don't know if that's a thing to say, because I feel like a lot of the MCU is very complicated, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's so deep.
Yeah.
I mean, Winter Soldier's now White Wolf.
And then Captain America apparently was going to be Nomad, but...
And Hawkeye is Ronin. No.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, they had that part of it. That was a cool part of the trailer.
I think, I think everyone's kind of assuming the reason he comes back is probably because his family was
his
killed,
family's
snapped
dead.
away.
I just want to know how Ant-Man got out of the quantum realm.
I want to see how that happens. I want to see how
There's a lot to explain right now.
I want to see how Iron Man gets back, because it looks like he's
not
dying
going
right now.
to. He's just going to die. His contract's up.
I know they said something about, like...
Chris Evans' contract is up.
I heard they said something about, like, little cameos, though. Like, Captain America's not done. They said they're not, like, done with his story or something.
Probably not.
I would hope
but, I
so,
mean, they're building up this huge...
Chris Evans...
fact that the original Avengers might be done. Which that's
going to make me sad. But you know what's crazy?
Makes
like
you
to
feel
think
old.
about? What's crazy to think about is that, like... We're watching all these movies right now. We're watching Avengers. We're going to watch Endgame next year, or this year, in like a couple months.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
But like, in 30 years, we're all going to have kids, Yeah. We're all going to be 40-something.
Yeah.
We're all going to do that. And they're going to, like, remake this stuff. Or my son's going to watch this, and I'm going to go, I remember watching Avengers Infinity War in high school. I remember watching that in the movie. Because think about...
I mean, like,
They remade Star Wars, like, they're rebooting Star Wars.
I was gonna say would it be a remake? I don't think they're gonna remake it, because I
No,
feel like the MCU is still gonna be going.
The universe is never going to end.
Yeah, they have so much.
One, because there's so much content to have,
Yeah.
and two, there's so much money to make.
Yeah.
Like, this is really only the beginning.
Yeah, there's
They still have so much to do with the Fantastic Four, the X-Men.
Because
they're
going to buy...
right now, the Guardians of the Galaxy into the next universes.
They said Guardians will lead them into
like you told me that.
They said Guardians 3 is going to set up
the next, universe, but like next
20 films or so.
Yeah.
Well, I think...
They said they're going to go more like cosmic and stuff.
Did Disney buy Fox yet?
I think it's confirmed that the deal's going through. I just don't think they're allowed to use the characters yet.
Like
Because that's what...
But even like when they do, that's still a couple years away.
I would love to see
Doesn't
that.
Fox own X-Men and Deadpool? Isn't that
Fox owns X-Men, Deadpool,
So
and
Disney
a lot
would
of...
own Deadpool.
Oh, I guess Sony like still owns a lot of Spider-Man characters though.
Venom, yeah, they do.
Sony owns all of the Spider-Man characters. Yeah.
They own Venom right now.
Do they own all of them, or like?
Or I mean, just like.
Is there a deal?
Miles Morales.
What?
Is there a deal where like Marvel can use it?
Well, I'm assuming so. I'm assuming Disney made a deal with Sony. It's like,
Because
hey,
they can have.
Use your Spider-Man guy.
We're back.
Welcome back, Romies. Today we're talking about Marvel and all their cinematic universe, and it's just really fun right here in the room. So come join us.
Anyway,
Give you a little kiss.
Anywho, I'm excited for Endgame. I'm not excited for Captain Marvel, not because she's a woman, but because why would you like? It's.
I am not. I do
excited.
not care. I'm gonna go see it, but
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna
see
see
it
it.
because I know there's gonna be some Endgame stuff. But
I'm just not excited because I'm on that Infinity War like hype train.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like I want to see what happens after.
and
Like,
honestly,
I wanna see what
looking at
happens
her, she's they should have picked someone better.
She's really boring.
Yeah. Her voice somehow just doesn't match. Like, whenever I see it, it just doesn't seem like she's the one who's talking. Kind of just a bland voice.
Not a lot of emotion in her face.
Yeah.
I hope it's kind of like a Wonder Woman, though, you know? Because do you guys ever see Wonder Woman?
That was a good movie.
I didn't see it.
Wonder Woman was really good because, like, you had Batman v Superman, and everyone was kind of like, okay, whatever, sure. But then, like, Wonder Woman came out, and it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, it was a really good standalone film, and it showed you, like, how powerful, like, Wonder Woman was. And I'm really hoping that for this movie, for Captain Marvel, you know, I'm gonna go into it like, whatever, I don't care about this at all. But I'm gonna go into it.
Surprise.
I hope that it shows me, like, how powerful Captain Marvel is and how much she can help the Avengers.
I just don't want the help.
Yeah. I don't want her to be the one to, like, kill Thanos or something.
Oh, if she kills Thanos, I will freak out.
We don't have the same character development.
Yeah.
Even through one movie that we'll have with every other single character.
I think that either Thor or Iron Man should kill Thanos. There's no one else.
I think it'll be Iron Man.
I almost don't want Thanos to die. I think it'd be cool if he kind of just was in the background a little.
Okay,
Maybe not like.
But defeating Thanos.
Do you want it to be? So you're saying you want it to be like a Thanos learned his lesson.
There's a lot of rumors that like a bigger villain is going to be a part of this. Like, do you think someone's going to pop up?
Thanos was always the biggest villain.
Like, yeah, I know, but I mean, there's like you know, like the Eternals are going to start introducing stuff like that.
Like Ego. And
yeah.
I hope
we're
Thanos is the biggest.
We're gonna put Thanos in a jail.
I mean, I know that Thanos is obviously not the most strong MCU or not. Okay, I'm just Marvel villain. Period. Yeah. There's tons more that are way stronger than Thanos is. He's not that big. Like, he's not that strong compared to the rest. But like, I hope that there's nothing that is introduced that is stronger in the MCU for now.
Yeah.
Until we get into the next era with Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff.
You know what I'm really excited for? I'm excited for because we always kind of see this in comic books and in, you know, animated TV shows like Batman the animated show, or even like Avengers the animated show. I hope they would do this in a Marvel movie where, you know, they build up all these characters and all these villains and blah 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 blah, and then I would hope that one day, like, they would just bring all the villains like back. Like, all the villains that didn't die. Something like that.
Like a Red Skull?
Like, yeah, I was going to say
like Red Skull comes back. Ultron could come back.
First of all, that was a huge thing. Like,
Red Skull being there?
I was like, whoa, what?
Yeah, that was... Red Skull is a sweet villain, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
What were you saying?
Oh, just like if they had a movie where, like, if you say...
I mean, Ultron's dead, though. Or do you mean, like, bring him back to life?
Yeah, like, if someone figures out a way to bring Ultron back to life, or...
I mean, aren't they all in the Soul Stone?
Just, like,
Does everyone who dies go to the Soul Stone? Or are we just thinking all the people who got snapped?
You know, looking back on the movie, the Soul Stone was really the most important for him to get what he wanted to be done.
Why? Because
they had, like... To kill half the population with a snap, you have to be able to, like, none of the other stones had the power that the Soul Stone did to make that happen. Like, I mean, I guess you could use the Space Stone and have them all, like, transferred to another, like, planet. But, do you get what I mean?
No.
Well, like, none of the stones that he had at the moment before the Soul Stone.
Like, you're saying that he had a bunch of stones, but none of them were powerful enough to do what he wanted to do?
I think that the rest of them were, like, more powerful than the Soul Stone. Like, the Soul Stone's for, like, pussies, whatever, but, like...
Yeah, Soul Stone did nothing, really.
He used it, like, once.
It had to be used to probably make that snap happen.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, like, the Power Stone just made stuff powerful.
Yeah.
The Space Stone just transferred stuff from one place
to the next.
Apparently,
when Doctor Strange used all those whips and there's, like, a bunch of him around him.
Yeah.
And you know how when he uses a stone, it glows? And you know how he, like, found the one Doctor Strange that was the real one? That was, like, the one time he, like, used it. It, like, glowed for half a second. And he erased all the other Doctor Stranges and found the real one. I didn't know that until, like, a month after watching the movie.
The Soul Stone?
Yeah. He, like, he uses it and it finds the real Doctor Strange. So that was kind of cool.
That's interesting. I think all the stones probably have...
We're at 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I think all of the stones have, like, major powers, and a lot of them have, like, little powers that, like, I don't know. Yeah.
Should we wrap it up here?
Yeah.
Go see Avengers Infinity War if you haven't seen it yet.
Sorry we kind of started this by saying we were going to talk about all
like
movies.
2018 and stuff.
Yeah.
But we really like Avengers Infinity War.
So
yeah, 3 likes if you want another Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah. Oh, and we got last time I checked, we got over 10 likes on our last video.
So expect a conspiracy theory podcast.
So we'll have one of those out eventually. Yeah. We're probably going to try to film an actual, like, comedy video here soon so that you're not just bombarded with podcast videos.
We have the same study hall.
Yeah. So, yeah, expect that in the future. And then we'll see you roomies later.
Thanks for watching the Third Period podcast, and
have a good day.
Catch you on the other side.
See you in the next class period.
You know, like, looking for it through his phone, and he's, like, doing that. And he finds it, and he shows us, and we're like, wait. And he's like, what? And we're like, you actually hit someone? And he's like, yes. And he shows us, and he's like, here's where her head was.